Hello, Taurus. Thank you for being here with me today at Transformation Time with Lily. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm going to be reading for the collective for Taurus um, at least once a week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them on um, in the comments below. I'll be checking them and answering any questions you have. Please take a look at my bio. I have some resources there that might be able to help you on your journey. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to pick a card, whatever flies out. This is my Isis Oracle. So I'm going to, one card did come out. I'm going to save that for the end, and we're going to go ahead and read what is happening there. Okay, Taurus, let's go ahead and get started with your reading and see what's going on in your world. I see things, I hear things, I feel things, and those are the additional messages that come through. It actually comes through a little bit like a story for me. And I share that story with you. If there is whatever challenges are coming through for you, I certainly give you a little bit of um, advice on how to take care of those challenges. We're going to do a Celtic cross. All right, the cards have already begun to fall. So let's go ahead and set the stage. The Celtic cross gives me information on past, present, future, and possible outcomes of situations that are happening in your life. I never really know what area of your life this is going to touch, but it eventually comes out. And at the end, the oracle card will tie the reading together for you. Okay. So the first card that comes out here is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is about, offering a cup of emotional fulfillment, right? It is a messenger. And the messenger is here bringing that cup. Now, and that's what's at the heart of the matter right now. What's challenging is you right now, Taurus, is, this is in a challenge position, is the past. Okay. There is a soulmate type of connection here. And it feels like, it does feel like, you're wanting to offer a cup or somebody is coming to offer in a cup. Feels more to me. I want to tell you what it feels like. It feels more to me that you're wanting, right, to offer a cup of emotional fulfillment, right? The challenge is the Six of Cups. And this is emotional fulfillment, right? This is my soulmate card. So the soul, for some reason or another, I'm feeling here. Yeah, I'm feeling here. It's what I feel. I'm feeling here that you're wanting a new start. This is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is a spark for a new start. Okay. And I feel, right, because the Six of Cups is in a challenge position, I I get the feeling that you want to bring this cup, right, to this, to this challenge. But there's a story that you're telling yourself about that past experience that's not really allowing you to move the way that you want to move. Yeah, in the past position, you have the death card. There were some endings and some brand new beginnings. And for some reason or another, crowning your situation, you have the Lover's card, you know? And the Lover's card is, this is the card of Scorpio in the past. This is death. This is transformation. A transformation occurred. And then with the Lover's card here, this is a card of Gemini. And, this could be top of mind. And top of mind is kind of showing me that there is like this duality that's playing out, the story that's playing out. And it doesn't feel all that great. Yeah, you feel like yeah, the moon card. You're not feeling all that great about the situation. You're not feeling that great about you can't see at the end of the day what it is that you can't see because your thoughts are blocking you from really seeing a way around the situation. So what is the situation? The situation is that you want to offer a cup of love. You want to bring love into a situation that you felt had ended in the past. The Lover's card is here to show, right? To show me, because it is crowning your situation, that you still really feel very connected to this relationship. Even though you want to throw it in the past, you want to keep it in the past. You want to say, but in the reality is that this relationship has transformed. It does feel to me like it's someone in your present, and someone from your past. And there is a conversation in your head, that is leading you to the shadow parts of yourself with this moon card here. And the shadow parts of yourself is, your determination to not create the same mistakes that you had made in the past. To seeing, to reflecting, as you've been climbing the mountain, to get to the other side. Because really, as you can see, there is a path here that leads to sunshine. I don't know how well you can see the card, but it's leading you down a path. And right now you're down the side of the path where, you're, as you were climbing, as you were climbing, you were running all of the perceptions of this past that you were leaving behind as you were climbing. And there's some ownership that you feel in how you move forward. And, in the position here, what you cannot see is that you are a wounded warrior. You're willing to fight another day. But it does feel to me like the fight is in your mind of, how do I strategically, yep, and that's what's coming up as strategy. Um, in the, you're wanting to move forward, but you're looking at those two swords in the back, which are the choices that you have to make. And the Lover's card is also about a choice that you have to make, right? And this is about you, coming to terms with that choice. What concerns me, right, is that he's holding, and this also happens for the Aries reading. I want you to realize that that sword, as you're trying to move forward, is you're looking back, and those are your thoughts. And when you're looking back, it'll trip you up from moving forward. So this is kind of like what I'm feeling here is that this is kind of a time of introspection and a time that you have been very introspective about. And you've tried to assimilate your situation. You've tried to assimilate into a way of being of your higher self, into your higher self. You have gone through a transformation, right? Endings, new beginnings. This is the death card. What happens when we die? We transform. We don't die, right? We'll never, but our energy still is alive. And our energy is still alive and well because it cannot, it's just the way that it is. Energy cannot be destroyed and it cannot be, well, you know what I mean, because I'm not going to try to get into that right now, but it can only be transformed. That's energy, it can only be transformed. And that's what is happening to you. But in this period of transformation, you've had to make some very, very serious choices about your life and how you want to move through your life. And you're still on the side of the mountain as you have done all of this excavating of who you really are. You're on the side of the mountain where you really haven't found yourself yet. But that's where you're at right now with the moon card here. You're visiting the shadow parts of yourself. You're visiting the places of that dichotomy, of that difference, of that contrast. And this is really kind of asking you to go deep within yourself to find the answers that make you feel good, right? But I also do feel that because in the hopes and the fears, we do have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is, your hope is that you can get over to the other side of this mountain without exhausting yourself, right? But you're almost home, right? He's carrying those sticks and you feel stuck. He's carrying those wands and he's walking home. And if he lifted his head, he'd feel like he's in prison. But you're in a prison basically of your own making here. And so it's about shifting your awareness, right? Shifting the way that you're perceiving the situation. This is all what I'm feeling here is a learning ground for you. You are learning how to do things differently. The outcome here is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is, it moves really fast, but it's an energy that not only is it moving really fast, but I don't feel, right, that it's a totally positive energy because you cannot see right now where it is that you're going. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to go ahead and clarify that Knight of Swords here. It's interesting that it came out. Let's see. And one more card for the Knight of Swords. Okay, you're getting some clarity. Yep. The Knight of Swords moves very, very fast. Okay. And this is your time to stop telling yourself a story with a narrative that keeps you further and further away from what it is that you really want. Okay. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling that you're telling yourself and giving yourself a narrative. You're trying to convince yourself. Those are the words I'm looking for. You're trying to convince yourself of something. You are coming into truth and clarity. And after a long time of trying to convince yourself, it still keeps coming up. And it's because the story that you're telling yourself is not true. It's not a true story. So this is your opportunity to begin to shift and change what that story is, right? Stop looking at yourself as a victim, as someone who had no control over the situation because you're the only one that had control in this situation, is what I'm feeling here. And if you can shift that, right, from that victimization, because it's only getting you so far. That victimization is only getting you so far. It's not allowing you to see fully, right, in the shadow parts, the shame and the blame and the guilt and all of these feelings that are converging that you decide to push away are just going to keep coming up for you, right? So the tricky part about this is that your mind is going to do everything it can to keep you safe. Okay. Even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels inauthentic, your mind is going to try to keep you in that space. Why? Because it's a default mechanism. And we don't realize that it's a comfort zone. That way of thinking is a comfort zone. And we think that way, right? Because of the pleasure principle. There's some sort of satisfaction that you have been getting from staying in this victimization. And I'm not saying what I'm saying for you to judge yourself, and I'm certainly not judging you. But it is time. You're here, right, in this space and time to recognize it, right? And not to get into shame or blame or any of those feelings. And it's certainly not time to push it away. It is time to face that aspect of yourself and really become compassionate and truly loving with yourself. And that is a hard thing to do when we have built a world around everybody else's situation, everybody else's fault, right? And that's what I'm feeling here. There's some things that had to transform. Like there was like a kick that had to be made in order for this transformation to start to happen, right? And even in this transformation, the story that you've been telling yourself is not the story that is authentic to you. It's just not. And there is a new story emerging, and you battle with that story, and you share that story, and you claim it as truth. Okay? Because, you're Taurus. But I'm asking you, right? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. And this is the contrast that we have here, where you're being asked to shake loose of that. And now, if you give me a moment, I'm going to go ahead and see how this oracle card that I pulled for you is coming through. The oracle card that I pulled for you is called The Burial of Freedom, Sacrifice of Horus, and the Lord of the Dead, right? Okay, these are my little witchy cards. So here's what it says. It says, in order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die. Though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen, Orsis, the Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be a part of your life so that you may be free. You need to see something through to let it go so that you are free from it. Whew. You may not be fully aware of what this is, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth. This could be anything from a past relationship to dreams or visions that may have encouraged you in past times, but are not relevant for where you are going now. It might also be a spirit of a lost child or loved one, someone who has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. There's so much beauty and fullness waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need to further hold on to the past. Do not be scared. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing. Release now, and all involved will benefit from the healing change. This is not abandoning what you have loved to give it full and proper burial. It is in full honoring and allowing what you're releasing to return to the pure love and light of the source. It is spiritual freedom for you and what you have released, which is the destiny of which all of life will eventually return. It takes great trust, but if you allow Orsis to help you, you will really realize that in letting go, rebirth and growth is really possible. You may experience grief, anger, freedom, fear, freedom, and a sense of relief, or a combination of these feelings as you move to let go of it and allow proper burial to take place. Do not be afraid of any of these feelings, for they will pass naturally when allowed to just flow. These feelings will actually fertilize new life and allow you to become more of who you are in truth. Trust that Orsis will love and protect that which is released into his care through the world of death, death to become new life. There is nothing to fear and nothing to gain. Well, that ties in just perfectly with the reading. My goodness. You did put an ending to something. You put an ending to something. And it's top of mind, right? This is the Lover's card, the card of Gemini. It is top of mind. At the heart of the matter, you're wanting to extend a cup, but it is, it's the narrative that you have created in your mind, the story that you have been telling yourself, in this relationship, in this very protected relationship, right? Because that's what, right? That's Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Gabriel right now is a card that really shows it's protecting Adam and Eve. It is protecting, these soulmates, right? It's protecting that situation. And because of the story that you have been telling yourself, you haven't been able to see the fruition. You haven't been able to extend the cup, but you are ready for a brand new beginning. But there are things that you have to let go of, right? That's people, places, things, behaviors, attitudes, in order for you to be and begin to make that concrete change. And it's time for you to be honest with yourself, right? And the way that we're honest with ourselves is by really looking within and asking ourselves, what feels good to me, right? What feels good to me, and how does it align with what's for my highest good? How does it align for what's in for my highest good? And that's where I want to leave you. So if you have any questions or you have any comments, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment section. I will be sure to read them. If this has resonated with you, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and so that you can be notified when your next reading comes up. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And I'm wishing you many blessings as you come through your transformation with flying colors.